Another Tuesday, another update day for Modern Warfare, and we're actually got a real update. It's an actual title update, update 1.15, and I really didn't expect this today. I didn't think it would be so soon, but here we are. Now, it is a rather small title update. It's 7 gigabytes on PS4, 11 on Xbox One, and 10 on PC. I don't know why they're all different, but they're all different. Now, here's the thing. As it turns out, what your girlfriend has been telling you this whole time is true. Size doesn't always matter, because as it turns out, this update is full of new crap. It includes a bunch of new playlists, weapon updates, new store items, and a bunch of general fixes as well. So even though this is a small update, there is a lot inside this one. Now, on top of all of this, as soon as this video goes live on YouTube, I'm also going to be live streaming over on Twitch. It'll be the first link down in the description, and I'm going to be doing an open lobby. In other words, I'm going to be playing with you guys. So if you want to play some Modern Warfare with me, no matter whether you're on PC, PS4, Xbox One, you're able to play with me because of the whole Activision account thing. So if you want to check out my live stream, if you want to play some Modern Warfare with me, it'll be the first link down in the description. Now, without further ado, let's dive in. Let's talk about this update because there are some pretty great things in it. So normally I do these store items last at the end of an update video, but we're going to do it first today simply because Mace is now available as an operator bundle. Quite a big operator bundle at that. So with this bundle, it's going to cost you 2,400 COD points or about $24 American, which is pretty expensive, but you do get quite a bit of stuff with it. First of all, you get the Metal Phantom, which is the base skin for Mace. So as soon as you buy this, you are able to use Mace within game, and we all know what he looks like. We've seen him before, and in my opinion, looks pretty damn sweet. Now with this, you also get 2 weapon blueprints. First of all, an LMG weapon blueprint. Honestly, it's nothing too fancy. It's just kind of all silvered out, but that's it. The other weapon is a shotgun for the R90 or an R90, however you say it properly. After this, you get a new watch, which isn't too fancy, but I guess looks all right. You get a melee weapon, you get an operator equip, and you get a finishing move. Now, I'm not sure whether he's using a wrench in this or a lead pipe, but whatever it is, Mace is beating the crap out of that guy. And then finally, you also get 2 tier skips with it as well. So honestly, I think it's pretty decent value, but it's also a little bit expensive. The second bundle is called the Executive Armory 4. We've seen 3 other of these. Basically, it's just giving you gold weapons. So this one's going to cost you 1,800 COD points or about $18. And essentially, all you're getting in this one is 3 weapon blueprints. So you can see the value compared to the 2. The first one you get is for the MP7. It looks pretty good, and it has some pretty decent attachments on it as well, except for the perk, which is really easy to change and it'll still look the same. The second weapon we have is the Sell High. This one is for the AX50, I believe, and again, just a gold weapon. And then finally, you get a handgun with it as well. Now, on top of this, you are also getting a weapon charm and a weapon sticker. Nothing really special. So essentially, $18, 3 weapon blueprints. That's what you're getting here. Now, the first thing you're going to notice when you hop in game is that everything you're seeing in the main menu has changed a little bit. First of all of the tabs have new images. As you can see, Captain Price here for the campaign. For multiplayer, it's a new image of all of the operators. For co-op, once again, new image of all of the operators, which includes Ghost. And then finally, the store is a bunch of tactical gear. Also, though, the classified tab has changed as well. There's a little bit more blue writing on it. It seems to say transmission incoming behind the word classified. So we're slowly getting to see a little bit more and more there. And I'm guessing they're going to show more and more all the way up until it's actually launched, whenever that may be. Now, after this, the next big change is to the playlists in multiplayer. So after this, when we hop into multiplayer, you're going to notice quite a big playlist update. First of all, tournaments are sticking around. It's the same rewards as before, so you can't earn anything else, but I do like to see that tournaments are kind of here to stay. After this, we have Boots on the Ground War. Now, I have a big problem with Boots on the Ground War. Here's the thing. I've wanted this game mode for so long. No tanks and no APCs means I won't be dying to people who only sit in tanks, which is the dream, right? My problem with this game mode is right now it is only in realism, and I don't know why. Now, I have nothing against people who play hardcore or realism. I get it. That's what you enjoy. It's just not what I enjoy. I enjoy good old core Call of Duty where you have a little bit more health and you have your heads-up display. But there is no game mode where you can play Boots on the Ground War with no tanks and at the same time be able to play core. It doesn't exist, and I don't know why, and it sucks, because I was so looking forward to this, but now I'm probably not going to play it because it's realism. So hopefully, fingers crossed, they add this game mode in, but in the traditional core Call of Duty. Hopefully. Now going back to the playlist updates, we also have Gunfight 3v3 Snipers Only, and this one is only on Rust. That is the only map that this one's on, so a little bit fun for you guys who remember sniping back on Rust in Modern Warfare 2. After this, we have Dirty Old Houseboat. This one is a combination of Rust, Shipment, and Shoot House 24/7, basically taking all of the small maps and putting them onto one playlist. And then finally, we have Giant Infected, which is essentially Ground War Infected. Now, I guess I shouldn't really say that because it's only 48 players, it's not 64 players, and the only map that it is currently on is Ania Palace, which kind of sucks in my opinion, but at the same time, I kind of understand why they did it. If you've played it, you'll know that it's actually a lot of fun when you first jump in. Immediately, 5 people get infected, which means people get infected a little bit more quickly than normal infected, which means it gets super chaotic super quickly. However, once you get into like the end game, when there's like less than 5 people left, the last 5 people are generally just hiding in random corners throughout the map or driving around on ATVs, which makes it really boring at the very end of the game. So I would say for like the first 3/4 of the game, it is a whole lot of fun, and then it gets really boring once there's only a couple people left because the infected simply can't find them. So imagine playing this on something like Tovorsk with 16-story buildings. It would be impossible for the infected to actually win because people could just hide anywhere on the map, not shoot, and win the game. So I understand why it's only on Ania Palace, but I would love to see even bigger games, like 150 player games on infected with the big maps. I don't know if it would work fully, but I'd be interested. And then finally, the last new thing we have is Bazaar, a new gunfight map. Unfortunately, I couldn't get into a game with it, so I'm just showing it off in custom games here. And as far as this map goes, basically on the left and right hand side of the map, there are a 2-story building that you can run through the top of, and there's a bridge that goes down the middle. Kind of reminds me of Docks, that gunfight map. Very similar, I would say a little bit smaller, and there's no bottom floor of the 2-story building. So it does play a little bit smaller, and all in all, it's a good gunfight map. Nothing else to say about that one. So after all the playlist updates, there's actually quite a few changes to weapons that happened in this update as well. Some directly to weapons, but then a lot to specific weapon attachments. So we're going to real quickly go over all of these. First of all, the Model 680, the shotgun, got a slight range increase, which surprised me because shotguns are already pretty good in this game. Now the 680 is going to be a little bit better. The second weapon is the crossbow. It got an increased reload speed. It was definitely needed. I still think it needs to be increased a little bit more, but it's definitely a more usable weapon now as a primary weapon than it was previous to this update. After this, all underbarrel shotguns got an increased pellet count, but a reduced rate of fire, and an increased shell count to 8. They also turned on auto swap after your ammo for your main weapon is depleted, and the range got increased. Overall, this is a big buff to underbarrel shotguns. Now, I didn't necessarily think underbarrel shotguns were that bad before, but they're actually going to be a somewhat usable attachment now, which is kind of weird to say. After this, the Striker 45, they fixed the range and aim down sight speed to match the description for the 300mm poly barrel. So basically, they're just fixing something that didn't actually update anything on this weapon. After this, going back to the Model 680, the XRK 30 Sport got increased range. Now, pretty much then an attachment for every single shotgun got a little bit of a nerf. It got a slight range decrease and an aim down sights increase. So basically, since the range on most of the shotguns in the game are already pretty good, they made the attachments worse at that, but made it so you aim down sights faster. I think it's actually a pretty good trade-off, but with the Model 680, this happened to the XRK 18-inch Liberator, for the R90, the Forged Tac Century attachment, and finally for the Origin 12, the Forged Tac Precision. The next update is to the Akimbo 357 Magnums with Snake Shot. Basically, beforehand, if you shot them both at the same time, only one of the pistols would actually register the proper damage. Now that is fixed, so this is actually a pretty big buff to the 357 Magnums with Snake Shot. These are going to be pretty freaking ridiculous now. The SA-87's 12.4 factory barrel got a buff to the recoil. In other words, there is less recoil when using this barrel now. And then finally, the AK's 5.45 by 39mm rounds got an increase to both close quarters range and mid-range. This is actually a pretty big buff and might actually make this attachment a little bit more viable now. Now, as always, there's a ton of really small bug fixes and changes to both multiplayer and Spec Ops. I'm not going to go through all of them. If you want to read through everything, I'll leave the patch notes down in the description. There is 3 things I do want to go over, though, that are probably going to affect your gameplay. So they fixed various map exploits. They do it every single update to fix under the ground glitches, stuff like that. The second thing is there was a fix for some players seeing the incorrect career level. This happened quite frequently to me. It would show me as level 1, and then after the game it would bump me all the way up to level 100 or whatever I was sitting at the time. This is not fixed. It just changed the times that you actually see this. So if you see level 1, no, they didn't reset you. It's just a weird glitch that is still happening in game. And then on top of that, more fixes for regiment tags. As we talked about in a previous update video, there was a glitch where it would change the entire color of people's names, and in doing that, it would also screw up the aim assist as well. There are still problems with this, but clearly they're working on it, and some fixes have been implemented in today's update. Of course, as I said before, there are more updates, more general fixes. If you want to check them all out, check out those patch notes down in the description. So ladies and gentlemen, that is update 1.15. I honestly was surprised that a full title update came out today, but it was actually pretty chock full of stuff for a update that was only basically 7 gigs on PS4. So pretty cool. I'm curious to hear what you guys have to say about this one. Let me know what you think down in the comments. As always, if you did enjoy the video, it is super appreciated if you do hit that like button. And if you like what you see, want to stay updated on all my videos, best way to do so, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you have notifications on. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hopefully I see you on tonight's stream over on Twitch. First link down in the description. And until next time, peace out.
We are reaching for the stars, but we're making this too hard, and I want